Okay, so imagine this. You are sitting at your desk and a business user walks up to you and say, "Hey, can you quickly build the report on this Excel file? Client needs it today." So you open the file and this is what you see. So this file is complete mess because if you look at here, it has multiple tabs. So first question is which tab actually contains your exact data that you have to get into Power BI and build the report. So suppose you get an answer that say this raw data is what you have to get into Power BI. Now the next question is about the data types and the typos in the entire file. To give you an example, just focus on this region column. It has multiple versions of the region names. For example, यहाँ पे there is some suffix after the east. Some of the cells are in full caps while some are in camel case. There is some suffix here as well, and there can be a lot of other issues in the same column, or the issues might be in some another column. Another example is if we look at this discount column, somebody has typed this rupee symbol in this column. If we directly import this file into Power BI, there are multiple ways in which the data might get lost, or worst case is the dashboard seem fine, but the numbers that it's showing, they are misleading. So first case is all these typos. Power BI is going to identify every single of these typos as different regions. So the data is going to split for each of these typos. So to give you the glimpse of how it will look like if I just directly import it into Power BI, let me show you how it looks like. So I've loaded the same Excel file that we just saw into Power BI and created a sample bar chart here. So we looked at the region column and we saw that there were multiple versions of the same region name. Like for example, here we have East and East with suffixes as well. So we expected this region column to have only 5 rows, but it clearly has more than 5 rows because of the various typos. So this is what happens when you load that file directly into Power BI. So 3 separate bars for the same region and your report is there. It looks beautiful, but the numbers are lying to you. So this is what we call data that is not BI ready. And आज हम exactly यही fix करने वाले हैं. So the rainbow Excel file that we have seen, that looks so pretty, but it needs some cleaning and transformations. So that is what we are going to do in today's video. Hello everyone, welcome back to Analytics with Shamli, and this is episode 3 of our beginners to intermediate Power BI series. Episode 1 was the introduction to Power BI. Second episode was about the full interface tour for Power BI. Both the links are in the description if you are just joining. So today's episode has 2 parts. First is get the data, which is how you connect your Power BI to different data sources, and second part is where we are going to explore Power Query Editor, which is honestly my very favorite part of the entire tool. So we are going to use it to clean that rainbow Excel file and make it completely BI ready. और हम सेम इंडियन रिटेल डैशबोर्ड यूज़ कर रहे हैं जो हम एपिसोड 1 से चला रहे हैं. So the link is in the description. Download it and let's work together with Power BI. So before we touch the software, one thing that you have to keep in mind that Power BI doesn't store your data. So think it like a very intelligent reader. So it goes to wherever your data lives. That can be your Excel file, your database, SharePoint, anything. So it reads it and loads it into its own engine. So your original file stays exactly where it is, untouched. मतलब अगर रिपोर्ट बनाने के बाद if you are going to delete the file, then Power BI will store the data that it already has. But अगर refresh करेंगे, then it's going to throw an error that where is that Excel file. So please file delete मत करना. So when your Power BI stores this data into its own engine, this process is called as import mode. So what Power BI does is it takes snapshot of your data, loads into its internal engine. So every time you refresh, it takes a new updated snapshot. So this is the default mode and we'll be using this throughout this series. There is also another mode called as a direct query mode. So where Power BI queries your live database every single time someone opens the report. We'll cover that much later in the series. For now, import mode is all you need. सो बेसिकली डायरेक्ट क्वेरी इट्स लाइक एन एंशियस फ्रेंड जो हर 5 मिनट में आपको मैसेज कर देता है कि कोई अपडेट कोई अपडेट. इंपोर्ट मोड इज थोड़ा रिलैक्स्ड मोड की वो होते हैं ना कि भाई ठीक है हो जाएगा टाइप्स लोग. सो अभी के लिए हम लोग इंपोर्ट मोड वाले लोग हैं. ओके, ऑल राइट, लेट्स एक्चुअली डू दिस टुगेदर. सो गो to the home tab and select get data. Click on more, so you will see an entire list of all the data sources that you can connect to Power BI. So there is a huge list of around 150 data sources that you can use, and we are not going to look at every single one of them today. So today we are going to focus on Excel workbook, text or CSV file, and third is the web input. So let's start with the CSV file. So I select this text or CSV and click on connect. Then you select your data source and click on open. So it gives you a preview of what the data exactly looks like. And if you can either load this data as it is, or if you want to clean this data up because of the reasons that we just discussed, then you can click on transform data. So for now I'll just click on the load option. So it's going to take some time. Okay, so the data is loaded, and as we saw in our last video, here we see two tables that we have imported. This is the raw data that I have imported, and this is the one that we imported just now. Now this is how you can import text or CSV file. Another option is to get web input. So you select this web. So this one actually surprises people every time. So that is called as a web connector. So we click on get data, select web. So this is going to give us a pop-up to paste the web URL here. So I have this link of Wikipedia page for Indian states by population. So if again I click on OK, it's going to show me what are the different elements available within the same link. It can be some HTML text, it can be the data that we can use. So we can select each one of these options and see the preview on the right section. We can either look at in a table view or web view. So this is what the website looks like, and this is what the data it contains. So there are multiple tables here as well with some or other data. So let's say we select this list of states and union territories of India. So you have to check this box, then only this load or transform data option is going to appear for you. Again I'll just click load. It's going to connect to that web link and going to give us the data. So here we'll see that the table that we have selected, it's already here. And of course it's not the clean data, so it has this blank row at the top. But we are going to look at how to treat these blanks in the data. Now, third is the Excel workbook. So again, let's go to home tab, click on get data, select Excel workbook, select your data, click on open. As we saw, there are multiple tabs in that Excel file. So we are going to work with this raw data. I already have a raw data, I mean the same file imported in Power BI. So it's going to give me another file but with suffix as 2. But this time we don't load this data, we are going to transform the data, and that is going to navigate us to the query editor, which is the second part of this video. So I'll just click on transform data and wait for the data to be there in Power BI. Because we selected transform data, this opened up a new window, what we called as a query editor. Technically, Power Query is a transformation engine that sits between your raw data and your final report. So every cleaning step you apply, fixing date formats, removing blank rows, standardizing text, all of it happens inside Power Query before the data even reaches your visuals. So here's the part that I think is genuinely brilliant about this tool. So every single step that you apply on the data, it's recorded on this section. So here we see that it first connected to the source, then it selected the selected the exact sheet that we wanted to use. Then the raw data, it's loaded with header names, but we don't want that, so we promoted the first row as our headers. Then it automatically detected some of the data types, and accordingly it changed the type, but make sure that the type that it changed, they are actually correct. So every time when the data refreshes or someone else opens up this Power BI file, it's going to apply all this step on its own, and the user doesn't have to do anything again. Suppose you accidentally close that Power Query Editor, then here is how you can go back to it. So in the Home tab, you go to Transform Data. There is a small arrow here. You click on the small arrow. There are two options. First, Transform Data, and second is the Data Source Settings. Data source setting, it basically gives you what is your data source, how you are connected to it. If you click on Transform Data, then it's going to get you back to the query editor. So let's quickly look at what the interface gives you. There is a name of the data source. You can change the data source name like this. Let's say I write raw data updated or better sales data. And since this is for only 1 year, I write 2023. On left side, it contains all the different tables that you have imported in your Power BI file. You can click on each one of them and switch between these tables. Next part is the top section. This one also has multiple options like home, transform, add column, view, tools, help. We are at the home option, and it gives you an option to add another source, so you don't have to go back and then get the data and then go and then come back to this query editor. So you can add the data from here as well, and you are going to get same list of sources that we just saw. Then you can enter the data manually. You can create some parameters, update those parameters. Then you can keep rows, remove rows, split the columns either by delimiter or positions, lowercase, uppercase, group columns, and you can merge queries, you can merge and append queries. So each of these tables, so Power BI calls them as queries, so don't get confused with this queries word. It's basically merge your tables, append your tables, like that. Second is the Transform tab. We are going to use this tab very often because it has various options to transform the data. Like you can transpose the tables, reverse the rows. You can select the column, change the data type from here. You can replace the values. You can either pivot or unpivot the columns. You can split the columns again, the same option that we saw on the home tab. You can format the column, and there are some Python script that you can run. There are some date time formatting. So these are all the options that we get in the Transform tab. Similar options are there in the Add column. So the difference here is Transform tab is going to transform the same column that you create, whereas if you select Add column, select some column. So suppose let's select customer segment, and if we format it as uppercase, then it's going to create another column, and all the entries in that column are going to be uppercase. So if I select uppercase, it created another column, and all the entries here are uppercase. Next is the view. This one helps you get more information about your data. So by default, your query editor will look something like this. But this one gives you very minimum information about how your data is, what is the quality of your data. So to get that add-on information, you go to View tab, click on the formula bar. So it gives you this top formula bar, which gives you what is the latest transformation that has applied on this data. Second is the column quality. This gives you what is the percentage of valid rows, empty rows. So for example, here there are 95% valid rows and 5% are empty. Then you can click on column distribution. It gives you the similar information or one more level of detail. One more thing that you have to understand is whatever profiling we see here, this is based on top 1000 rows. You can click on this and select column profile based on entire data set. So whatever insights you will see about your data, that will be based on your entire data set. Third is the column profile, and this is the most detailed option that you will see. So if we select some, say, quantity, then it shows that what is the average, what is the standard deviation, what are the even and odd numbers, how many of them are distinct, and what is the minimum and maximum. Also, what is the distribution of the distinct numbers that we. So that's how you can control what level of detail information you need on each of your columns. That's what the interface looks like. So this is that rainbow file that we have imported. Now let's clean this data up. First thing to check is the data type of every single column. So let's look if the data types are identified correctly. So far looks good. Okay, here is the issue. So this discount, it should be a number, but it identified it as ABC. ABC means it identified it as a text column. So what we'll do is we'll click on this ABC and we'll get different option that we can select to fix this data type. We can format it as a decimal number or whole number or some percentage, date time, and lot of other things. So what we'll select is we'll format it as a whole number. So here the data type is changed from ABC to 123. 123 means it's a whole number. Next is the famous region column that we saw. So what we'll do is we'll make sure that only first letter it's in capital and rest of the letters should be in lowercase. So what we'll do is we'll select this column and go to transform, then format. Under the format section, we select capitalize each word. So focus on this south and this east rows. So when I select capitalize each word, you see that east it's changed from all caps to first letter caps. Next is we have to clean this column as well. We have to remove this suffixes. So what we'll do again, we select this region column and under the transform section we see this replace values option. So we click this replace values, we get another window to type the value we have to replace. So we don't want this underscore and we'll replace with nothing, as in null. So click on OK and we see that the suffix for this east, it's gone. Similar thing we can do for this east. You can replace this suffix with anything that you want. So let's say we replace this colon by 123. Then that is also possible. So this colon is replaced by 123. Another thing that I want to show you is the nulls in the column. So there is one easiest solution is you click on this small arrow and first option is to remove empty. So it's going to remove all your nulls. Secondly, if you want to remove the entire row, then what you can do is select the row and say remove blank rows. So it's going to remove the rows which are throughout blank in every column. Now if we go back to our previous step before removing the rows, so we see here that there are 57 distinct values, and after removing the blank we see there are 56 distinct values. One more thing to check for is sometimes what happens is if there are leading spaces, then that are identifiable in Power BI. I mean, we can identify it like if for example instead of this retail, if there is space and then retail, then we can identify that there is a space before this retail. But sometimes mistakenly people type space after the text, so which is we can't even see that the space is there. So this is kind of bonus tip for all of you guys, that every time you work with this categorical data, make sure to remove any existing spaces. So what you should do is go to format and select trim. That is going to remove any leading or trailing spaces before or after your text. Now again, going back to where we remove the blanks in the customer ID column. So this is not a best practice to actually remove nulls, because there might be a situation that there is a null in one column, but that null might have some data somewhere, or that null means something that you have to point out to the business user. So we are going to click on this cross, and that's how we can delete that particular step and go back to wherever we have started. So these nulls are back again. So what we'll do is, instead of nulls, we'll again go to transform, then replace values, and we're going to insert a new step here. Value to find this time either null, or you can just don't type anything, but let's go with null, and we are going to replace it with NA. So this null, it got replaced by NA, so we didn't lose that data. Now let's go to the numeric columns. So for example, here cells, it has 2 decimal digits. We can remove this digit and make it a whole number by changing the data type from decimal number to whole number. There is one more bonus tip for you, is you don't have to select each column and then change the decimal. So if you know that both these columns need to be whole number, then you click Control and select the second column, go to transform, then data type change to whole number. So both these columns are converted from decimal to whole number data types. One last thing, it's suppose you don't want all the data to be loaded into Power BI, so you can filter the data out within Power BI only. So what you have to do is, suppose let's say we only want the delivered orders and we don't want to look at the return items. So we go to this return info columns, click on this arrow, we get that return info equals to no and yes. So we'll uncheck this yes and click OK, and we see there is only one distinct value now. That's how you can filter this data. There is also a small filter sign to indicate that there is some filter applied on this column. This is one of the small detail which I really like. Now every single transformation that we applied, we see that in this applied step section, and anytime if you want to get rid of the steps that you applied, you just click on this small cross and that step will get removed from your applied steps. When you are done with all your data cleaning, right now all the transformations that you have applied, they are still in your query editor. If you go back to your Power BI file, and you'll see that region column, it's still showing some weird regions, because we haven't actually applied the steps into our actual Power BI file. So what we have to do is, we click on home and select close and apply. So there are 3 options here, either close, so that is going to close the Power Query editor and your steps will also be gone. Then apply is, you don't close the Power Query editor but apply the steps into your Power BI file. And then there is close and apply, so that is going to first apply your steps into Power BI file and then it's going to close the query editor. So we are going to select close and apply option. So it's loading all the data and the transformations that we have created. So this is what the raw data looked like. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to duplicate this graph, Control C, Control V. Okay, reduce the size a little bit. Now let's consume the data that we have transformed. It's from this sales data 2023 column, sales data 2023 table. Let's select region. So it's here on x-axis, and then select sales. That goes to y-axis. Let's sort this, in fact. Sort by region. So instead of these 3 east bars, we see only one east bar. Similar thing you can do for west or central, and make sure that there are only 5 regions visible on your x-axis. That's how we converted that rainbow file into a BI ready data that is actually good for the report building, and that is actually the foundation of our entire report. So the cleaner your data, cleaner the insights you're going to get. So it's very important to clean the data thoroughly, make sure that the data types are consistent, make sure that there are no nulls. If there are nulls, point this out to the business team and highlight them specifically in your report, saying that this is the volume of the data which doesn't contain any information. So that's how your report is going to be trustworthy by the business users. That is all for episode 3. To summarize, what we did is we connected Power BI to 3 different data sources. It's first the CSV file, then web, and then finally the Excel file. Understood how Power Query works, and we cleaned the real data sets using various different and but essential transformations, and we converted that famous rainbow Excel into civilized data that we can actually consume in our reports. So the homework for you is open the dataset in Power Query and apply all the transformations that we just saw. Apart from this, there are a lot of other options in Power Query that you can actually explore. And if you are stuck anywhere, just add a comment and I'll be happy to help you all. So episode 4 is next week. So we are going to go deeper into Power Query. What is M code, and then we are going to build some custom columns, and we are going to build date table from scratch. So date table, it's like you're going to need date table for every single data set that you are going to use. So it's very important to have that data set handy and the code associated to that date table. So do not skip that one. And if you haven't subscribed, then do subscribe, and ये वीडियो अपने फ्रेंड्स कलीग्स के साथ शेयर करो जो अभी भी एक्सेल में कॉपी पेस्ट करते हैं, and help them understand how Power BI is going to save lot of their time. So see you in next week. Bye bye.